This is Cloud Chartist, and I'm here with Ambika Devi talking about her book Lilith, award-winning book Lilith. Ambika, what exactly is Lilith about?
Lilith is a novel about relationships and about the microcosmic and macrocosmic balancing and relationship of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So by microcosmic, I'm actually expressing ideas and information at a cellular level, and by macrocosmic, just as it sounds, at a divine level and a spiritual level. So I use three myths as the infrastructure of Lilith. One is the myth of Lilith as told by the Sumerian, because there are many, many myths about Lilith. The one I'm using is really more Lilith as first woman, or divine goddess, or divine feminine. The next is to express the divine masculine. I use the myth of the Fisher King, which a lot of people and historians claim that the King Arthur myths come from. Also, there was a great movie by Robin Williams made of the Fisher King. So if you haven't seen that, definitely see that. You may understand more about the story with that input. And then the myth of creation as told by the Inca and explained to me by a Quero shaman in Peru. So I wove these three stories together and they converge. Now, for the way people think or relate spiritually to the spirit realm, what I did was with the female character Lilith, who is based on me, so if you want to get to know me, definitely read the book. What I did was I had her speak to a masculine and feminine character outside of herself. They're nature spirits. So we could call them angels, but I used their Sanskritam names, which is Sanskrit and Sanskrit, which are Gandharva, the singer of God, or the voice of God, like we would see in Metatron, and an Apsara, which is a dancer of God. So that's the masculine and feminine. And then she goes into a meditative state and speaks to them, and she rocks on a rocking chair. A lot of this imagery comes from the traditional Sumerian myth. Now, for the divine masculine and the Fisher King type story, I'm speaking about the wounded warrior in society. I feel that men in our society have a really hard time communicating and expressing themselves. And so instead of being able to go exterior to the mind and detach from the mind, the male character actually goes into the mind and has a board of directors inside of his head, and they all interact, and it's pretty funny, actually. So there's that, and then the myth of creation is really an idea of the divine masculine and divine feminine going through the act of creation. We could see it creation of the universe or creation of the world as we know it, the one we're standing on.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.